Now we are ready for an update regarding the evaluation of learning management systems at Case Western Reserve. Here to provide the update, Jim Petras and Eddie Bolden. Jim and Eddie, take it away.
Thank you very much, Tyler. I'm Eddie Bolden.
And my name's Jim Petras, and we're excited to share with you a project that we've been working on. Here at Case Western Reserve University, we use Blackboard Learn as our learning management system. And for those who are not familiar with the term learning management system, or LMS, a learning management system is an application that has a lot of uses. For example, instructor may use it as a repository for course material such as PowerPoints or PDFs. It could be used by an instructor to administer quizzes or as a place where students could submit homework assignments, or it could be used by administrators to collect data and report on things that could be helpful for the reaccreditation process. While we use Blackboard Learn here at Case Western Reserve University, there are actually a number of other popular learning management systems in the marketplace. Because we're always interested in knowing whether our centrally supported systems best meet the needs of our students, faculty, researchers, and staff, decided to take this opportunity to explore some of the other systems that are available. We decided to primarily limit the scope of our investigation to three systems: Blackboard Ultra, Blackboard's latest iteration, D2L's Brightspace, and Instructure's Canvas.
A little bit of background about the evaluation. We began with public town hall meetings where we invited members of the campus community and stakeholders, such as faculty, staff, and students, to come share their thoughts on what they felt they would need out of a learning management system. We conducted focus groups, and we developed faculty, staff, and student advisory committees. These have been our main data collection groups as they advise us through the process and guide us through data-based decision-making and selecting a learning management system. With those advisory committees, we were able to administer system surveys and usability tests. We also had the vendors come out and demonstrate their products for us to the advisory committees so that we got a pretty good idea of feedback from a representative population of those on campus. The current status of the project: we began a Canvas pilot in the fall of 2015, and we are currently extending that pilot. We've expanded it from 500 students to 1,000 students. So there are a good number of students piloting Canvas in their classes this semester. We've also initiated a Blackboard Ultra pilot that started with about 500 student users this semester as well. In addition to the piloting, we've decided to conduct deeper dive usability with a larger faculty sample. And what we're going for there is to try to see what system provides the easiest use for our faculty members. We're trying to provide them some use cases that a lot of faculty and a lot of students interact with the learning management system. So the more they can become familiar with each of the systems, the better the data that we could collect. Our next steps are to analyze the pilot and usability test data. That'll be ongoing for the next several weeks, and we plan to present those findings to the advisory committees. In doing so, we hope to have some clear-cut decisions on what we can recommend in terms of providing a recommendation for leadership, with the hopes of wrapping up the project in summer 2016. We continually strive to collect as much data as we can, and as much in-depth data as we can, so that we can make an informed decision and informed recommendation. And we're doing our best to get as many faculty, staff, and students involved in shaping our recommendation as well. Because of how widely used the learning management systems are, we want to make sure that a lot of our staff and faculty, almost all of them, can be exposed to what the options are out there and how we can best meet their needs.
So we'd now like to open the floor up to any questions that anyone would have. Tyler, does anyone have a question for us?
Jim and Eddie, yeah, we do have one question that came in. So we know that mobility is something that's obviously top of mind for our students here at the university. Do any of the solutions that you just mentioned offer a mobile app or increase accessibility from smartphones and tablets?
That's a great question, Tyler. All of the three alternative systems that we are looking at do have mobile capabilities. Some of them are a little bit easier to use than others, but we are considering that point of data collection as well. Because now they all have those capabilities, we want to see which ones are easier for our faculty and for our students to use. While it's not very high up on the necessity of what we're looking for in a learning management system, it is something to consider because mobile access now is becoming more important.
All right, Eddie and Jim, thank you very much for that update. We got one more that came in over the chat here from an anonymous user, and the question is this: will there be a Brightspace pilot?
At this point, we're looking at the data that we've collected through the usability studies to see if a Brightspace pilot is warranted. It's too early to tell at this point. Feedback so far has been positive. Along with just piloting, we need to make sure that we have appropriate levels of support so that we don't just pilot something and we aren't able to support it. We need to make sure that we have our bases covered there. But it is something that we are considering as part of this investigation. So if our timeline needs to be extended beyond a recommendation of summer 2016, then we would do so just to make sure that we do due diligence in finding the system that best meets our needs.
Thanks, Eddie. And it seems that LMSs are a popular topic out there for our audience. So another question came in: would the university consider more than one LMS?
So there are actually a number of systems currently in use on campus. So for example, MSAS uses a system named Moodle for its online Master of Social Work program. And folks at the School of Medicine and Dental Medicine use a system named eCurriculum. So there are currently a number of systems in use. We're currently learning whether Blackboard Learn best meets the needs of our students, faculty, staff, and researchers. We're looking specifically at whether that should be replaced.
Thanks, Jim. And finally, is there any plans to integrate the LMS effort with Cisco WebEx at all?
It's something that we could definitely consider, something that we haven't considered up until this point, but definitely something that's an option.
We're trying to make sure that all of our other applications integrate very well with the learning management system that we're exploring. So we're doing our best to uncover all the stones, and anything that we would want to incorporate, we're doing our best to make sure that a new learning management system would work well with what we have currently.